emergence, not exactly emergence, obviously, Kapus, who you see sitting down on the right, she's amazing and always has been, but she hasn't really made the venture out to Shockwave that many times before, and...
Yeah, she's definitely one of Denton's MVPs.
Yeah. And just kind of flies under the radar because, you know, stays up in Denton, and honestly, like... That's kind of fine if you stay up in Denton, since there are 3 big tournaments up there that you can go to.
You can make it a tournament every weekday if you wanted in Denton. A couple of them are like
it's close.
Bar tournaments.
It's close, man.
Still,
people ask me, because I live in Denton. People ask me like, why don't you go to the Denton tournaments? And it's not for the lack of trying, but it's mostly because I have so many to choose from that I just kind of get overwhelmed and then I don't go to any. I'm just like, I don't want to choose. But Kapus, she's amazing. Like, y'all are going to see something special. I think she was playing on stream earlier as well. Has Peach, has Sheik, has a Mario as well, which I was playing earlier. Yeah, she loves to go for a lot of the explosive stuff with Mario. Definitely has those combos labbed out. I'm wondering how that's going to go up against Xillion's Robin, because he tends... to be very good in that disadvantaged state. He tends to get out of that very quickly. Yeah,
he definitely doesn't let you get too many free hits and will strike you out of, like, disadvantage. As well as, like, the fact that Mario, he does struggle against that reach, and if Xillion can keep you out, you're not coming in.
Yeah, the big thing that Robin has going for him, not only those projectiles, of course, but that Levin Sword as well, is, like you said, going to give you that reach, going to give you a lot of power as well. You can see that Kapus is already starting to struggle with that. There we go. That was smart.
Yeah,
if you get hit by that arc fire, you can drift off the stage. You can not get hit by it at least most of the time. You won't be caught deep enough in it. And there you can see with the arc fire out, Kapus has that chance to get in. We can see if she can get something started here. Like I said, flashy stuff. She's about the flashy stuff, and Trans Pride Mario is here to stay. Let's go.
Let's go. And that was definitely, I feel like, a moment where Xillion just didn't think Kapus would go for it. So he's like, he could have air dodged, but at that point, tied up still, so not too much skin off Xillion's teeth.
Yeah, obviously, again, likes to stay alive for as long as you can. That's one of the base tenets of this game, is don't get hit. Kapus would try to go for it again, but there we go. Again, Xillion knows when he can jump out of those up airs and get away right there. Demonstrating again, but at 75% and now still climbing. You can see that punish game from Kapus is what's really helping her make a lot of waves here tonight.
Oh yeah, it's definitely the thing that's keeping it even and keeping Xillion just in the disadvantage, even though normally he won't get cornered too well.
Well, see, okay, I like the use of the Flood right there. She was knowing that Xillion was going to jump up there in center stage. She scouted that out a lot, and of course he'll do that because it's a great place for Robin to be. You can put out a lot of 11 sword aerials, stuff like that. So that Flood just bought her stage position, and that is invaluable as Mario, who, like you said, got those stubby limbs. It can be hard to get in sometimes. If you make your opponent come to you, that's going to be really good for you.
Absolutely, and then the cape has come out more often, and it's definitely a very good tool in this matchup for sure.
I'm going to say, to be fair, though, Kapus uses the cape a lot, whether or not it's useful in the matchup. She just loves using that move. Okay, we'll see back throw right here. Perfect DI by Xillion will let him live, though. That is what I'm talking about.
Barely survived. And gets out of the situation with that up B. I'm surprised, but works out.
And it's thanks to that commit there by Kapus. Mario's pretty slow on the ground, but in the air, he's got a lot of aerial mobility and, of course, a lot of really strong aerials, good for combos, and eventually get the kill,
eventually killing with the up air that, you also got all the damage with.
Yeah, and like the back hit of it, too. Like, if this was melee, I mean, I know that Mario didn't have a tipment in melee, but,
yeah,
it's definitely the game of tipments. That's the GOT I'm trying to watch. Oh, what a tech chase right there. Knowing that Xillion was going to roll back afterwards, I guess it wasn't really a
and the reset
chase.
Here.
Just the patience right now is absurd. Oh my gosh.
And Kapus not let off the gas at all.
Plenty of time to get these punishes in, but Xillion, man, we've seen him do a lot of damage with this Robin, and if he can get it down to that last stock, early stocks are... I'm surprised to see him take with the cape right there from Kapus. Dude, that's literally the Dragon Ball Z. That's it coming in, Piccolo deflects it. He's like, get this out of here.
It happened so fast, even the game wasn't ready to, like, do the cinematic. It was like, oh.
The game was like, oh, we're just supposed to... I mean, you're dead.
It's already over.
Special beam cannon thwarted.
Yeah, so Kapus, a slow start to that game, but then kind of commanding for the rest of it. And I wonder what we're going to see from Xillion. Probably a flatter stage. probably no platforms, considering that Mario's like top 10 on Battlefield.
I mean, it's tough to determine where you should take Kapus in any given matchup, simply because, again, she has such deep pockets as far as characters go, but like you said, that Mario works so well on triplats, and just taking away that top platform, going to Pokemon Stadium 2 will do a lot for you, but most importantly, Xillion's going to like the amount of space that this stage gives him.
Oh yeah, the widest legal stage we have, and definitely he's going to use every inch of it if he can.
I mean, you can see right there,
so far.
He just runs away as the Mario is drifting towards him because he knows that he's going to be able to get that range and get the projectiles out there. That's the last second cape on that Health Thunder, too.
Yeah. All right, yeah, trying to prevent Kapus from really moving in the airspace using those 11 aerials, but Kapus got under him.
And that's just really good DI there by Xillion too, because he was holding down and away on those up airs. Your two options are to hold down and away or up and away, which basically that just goes, do you want to get those guaranteed hits in on you and then be able to jump out later, or do you want to try to punish them for overextending on those up airs, which Marios will often do. So now looking great for Xillion. Gets that Nosferatu too. Once he gets that lead, he's really good at getting those tech chases, and Kapus getting a little greedy there. Won't get punished for it. And Xillion also getting a little greedy.
Yeah, still in a tough spot. Oh, the range too short.
Those are two moves that I think have a little bit more range than people give them credit for, but it's Elwin that's going to come out on top, and Xillion, he's just totally on top of things here in game 2.
Absolutely. Like, yeah, catches you whiffing in the air, trying to get out of tumble, and suddenly a stock's gone.
I mean, it's really tough for, like I said, for Kapus to get in on the stage because it's so wide and Mario doesn't have the best movement. And an SD at 0 means that that's going to be a 3 stock. Probably would have ended up a little bit closer without that SD, but honestly, that was just looking too much in Xillion's favor anyways.
Yeah, Xillion definitely, like, remembered what he needed to do in that matchup. Also, not being on triplats is also a big boon.
Yeah, definitely. Getting off of triplats against Mario is super important. You do not want to leave that open. So, I mean, we're not going back to Battlefield because that's against our rule set, and probably not going to be going to Yoshi's Story either. That is his best stage. So, I'm wondering where it is that we're going to end up.
Okay, Lilac, not a bad choice. Again, it does have the low platforms and also a really low ceiling. I think it's just the same as FD. They're all just tied for the lowest.
Although that being said, you know, obviously that's a great benefit to Mario having those ladder combos, having the up air or the up smash as well. But we see that that's really good for Xillion too. We saw him close out 2 of the 2 stocks that he himself took without not including the SD in that last game. Did take those stocks with the up airs, and Robin does like to get those kills off the top as well. It's just a matter of how they play around these platforms and against each other.
Definitely picking a stage like this can be a double-edged sword. That's actually something underrated. Whoa. I was gonna say how the slants force him to stand further back, but Xillion adjusting perfectly, like knows exactly where he needs to stand.
You'll still get those hit confirms, just as long as you know where to stand. You can get that fire right on the tip of the ledge, but it's just kind of tough sometimes. Xillion still going to be living after that big ladder combo, but not after he overextends, trying to get that reversal with the forward air. Kapus had that perfectly scouted out.
Yeah, striking right back. Right back to an even game.
That was a really nice setup there by Xillion too, that he used the single jab with the fire and then set up with the arc fire afterwards, knowing that that landing zone was approximately going to be right in range of that arc fire. With the 11 sword actually gets him a little bit of damage. All right, there we go. Nice up throw, combo starter. Juggles as Mario. We've seen plenty of damage built up by Kapus in those situations. Just even on a lower stage ceiling like Lilat, unless you got those 3 stacked platforms on the tri-plat stages, it's going to be tough to take the stocks off the top.
Unlikely you're going to get a kill, but...
Oh, never mind! Make me eat my words. Okay, commentator's curse. We out here. Dude, okay, low ceiling, I believe it now.
Yeah.
I fully believe it.
It's definitely there. That extra little height you get from the platform means so much. Like Samus can also...
This is huge for Kapus right now if she can continue this juggle, but no, I like that. Giving up that stage control a little bit, knowing that Xillion will come to her if she lets him land there at the end of the stage, and now damage can once again start to be built with that back air out of shield. 2 of them?
Okay,
that's going to be no jump from Kapus, and that will be stock. Yeah, you got to be careful to know that, you know, people overthink it, I think, where they're like, okay, the 2 L wins, and then they try to get in during the 1, but you got to wait for both of them to come out before you can try to get back to ledge.
Yeah, you lose the jump between them, and it can be tough for any character to get back. And Xillion bringing it really all the way back with a Just a couple hits of the Levin sword.
Yeah, honestly, this feels like it's closer for Xillion to close this out, even though he's sitting at, you know, like forward smash kill percent for Mario. You can see Kapus try to go for a read like that, but if she overextends by using that double jump right there, that's putting herself in a lot of danger.
Yeah, right now, just trying to apply save pressure. Xillion's doing a pretty good job of staying out of it, but that hurts a lot.
No Levin
but,
sword.
Yeah, no Levin. That would have been a big opening for Kapus. Even so, it did even up the damage.
Saw it drop out earlier, but now with that Levin sword back, Kapus cannot overextend a single time. Arcfire does grab onto the ledge. Chance for Kapus, but goes for that grab too early. Oh my gosh, what are we looking at? Bro! I don't want to see that again.
Not every jab can be punished on shield by forward smash.
The dash dances back and forth, that scared me so bad. Dude, we're last hit right here. Like, 3 games coming up to this very moment right here.
Gets caught on a full hop. And the forward air. Yeah.
And because Kapus was full hopping up, probably holding up as well. And that will get you to
instantly,
be killed off the top. Because you saw the DI was not very good. You know, if you go straight to the corner, you might live. But in that situation right there.
Yeah, full rage Robin, it's a tough life. Yeah, again, the small stage, it's a double-edged sword.